Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it's that time of the month where we get a new fusion up for grabs. This time we've got here UGIR the Wyrmeater, who's obviously going to be an Ogryn Tribes dude. They kind of like call him out as the anti-reviver. Let's have a quick look at this guy. I'm actually loving the purple glow. Very cool. Looks maybe a little bit more comic than some of the other Ogryn Tribe dudes that we've got, but definitely got that kind of like shaman feel to the champion. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going down. So obviously Spirit Champion, Legendary, HP based, which is nice for a healer stroke reviver, that type of support unit. I'm going to read through what Raid have got to say, and then I'll give you my feel for him after that. So they say here, on Thursday the 16th, which is this Thursday, right? We're planning to launch the Fragment event. There is already in-game, if you've not seen it, a fusion warm-up event. So make sure you get involved in these. What's this one? How are we getting the stuff off this one? Upgrade artifacts. You literally have to upgrade something to like level 12 generally. And you'll get yourself some prism crystals, actually, and an ancient shard, plus a bit of energy. You don't have to collect the energy straight away. You should hold on to the energy until a little bit closer to the fusion date, and then grab it then so that you've got a bit of a buffer before we get going, which is a nice little tip. Anyway, let's get into this. So UGIR brings quite a lot to the table when we're talking about the arena, transferring and blocking buffs, removing buffs, weakening your enemies, buffing your own team. What makes this champion stand out is his passive. Once an enemy revives an ally, UGIR instantly activates the A2. Okay, let's read through the kit. So they're basically calling him out as an arena-based champion. Let's see what we've got going on. Worm Wrath attacks one enemy, books to 100% chance of stealing a random buff from the enemy. Also has, again, books to 100% chance of placing block buffs on an enemy for 2 turns. So you're stealing a random buff, and then you're putting on block buffs. Again, I said this a bunch of times, but if someone's got multiple buffs in the arena, normally it's done alongside block debuffs. So unless you steal that specific buff, then this still will not go on. So as an arena skill, I'm not so sure about that, but could be nice as like a Hydra skill, specifically like putting block buffs on a particular enemy with an A1. It's not bad. And often we use revivers in Hydra, right? Also pretty good for some of the faction war bosses, some of the Doom Tower bosses as well. A2 then, Earth Puncture. We've got books to a 3-turn cooldown. AoE hits. Books to 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. Could weak hit here because of affinity. Then, books to 100% chance of placing weaken. So that's a great skill. Clearing all buffs away, replacing it with weaken. In tons of content, that's going to be really helpful. Doom Tower waves, faction war waves, the arena, a whole bunch of places. That's pretty damn cool. Hydra, I like that. Ogryn Fortitude then, 5-turn books to 3, puts increased accuracy on your team. Also puts increased defense on all allies whose defense is higher or equal to their attack. If an ally's attack is higher than defense, gives them increased attack instead. Which is pretty much buffing damage here. So yeah, increased defense on any defensive based units, increased attack on others. So tanks become tankier, damage dealers do more damage. Plus they've got more accuracy at the same time. That's quite a nice skill actually. That's a pretty nice skill. We've then got Scourge of Dragons as a passive. This has got a 2-turn cooldown, but lowers the cooldown by 1 with a book. Whenever an enemy is revived, instantly activates Earth Puncture. So instantly does the A2 whenever an enemy is revived. But I guess that's where the cooldown comes in. That's a pretty damn quick cooldown, honestly. So that's quite nice. As soon as an enemy is revived, by the way, we're cleaning all your buffs off and we're putting weaken on you. If an enemy is revived by a champion from the Lizardmen faction, the effects of Earth Puncture cannot be resisted. Interesting. Okay, what's the thinking here? Who are we countering? Who are we trying to counter here? Who's getting too much playtime in live arena right now? I guess it's got to be Pythian, right? So any other revivers here? No. So Pythian is damn annoying, actually. In live arena, he revives and puts Strengthen on. So you're going to put the Strengthen out there, and then instantly you're just going to go, nope, Strengthen's gone, and that cannot be resisted. And if you think about the way they wanted live arena to be, they wanted it to be almost like a pick, counter pick. So when you're in gold, you can only have one person pick one champion, then they're locked out. So someone picks a Pythian, the idea is someone comes in with this counter pick, and it's like, damn, you just wrecked me with that. Broadmoor's the only other Lizardman reviver here, which, again, for, I think, some Doom Tower waves, you've got Broadmoor in the mix, reviving people with block damage. It's a bit more niche. I can't think that's going to be the thinking behind it, but quite interesting. Anyway, this passive effect will only activate when an enemy is revived using an active skill. Okay, so if someone like a Duchess revives, then you still instantly activate the Earth Puncture, but you need accuracy to take all the stuff off. Honestly, I think in most cases here, you're going to build this dude with accuracy. You've got block buffs, you've got weaken, but you don't need to, I guess. But you do want to remove all these buffs. Yeah, of course you do. You kind of need to build him with accuracy anyway. You can't really just build him as an anti-Pythian, I think. So it's kind of a little bit redundant when it's so niche, when it would not be resisted. I guess the cool thing about not being resisted is if you weren't hitting the resistance requirements, you will at that point. But you could still weak hit it. So there's a whole bunch of stuff still going on. Instantly activating Earth Puncture will not put it on cooldown. That's cool. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. And then you've got accuracy in arena for the aura. So look, feels like they've pushed it towards a very specific counter Pythian stroke live arena champion. But I actually think there's a lot of use cases for this dude. I think I kind of thought he was a reviver at first, but he's not. He's straight up a support champion that is doing, taking buffs off, putting debuffs in their place, buffing up your team, and he's trying to counter the revivers, right? So actually a pretty cool unit. I think in Hydra he's going to be useful, Doom Tower waves, Faction War waves. If you're talking about actual bosses, I mean, you're buffing everybody and every stat for something like Clan Boss, honestly, but he's not going to be great as a Clan Boss champion on his own because you're not getting the rest of the benefit. But Weaken plus buffing 3 stats on your team is pretty solid. But yeah, I don't know. Guys, what do you think? Definitely an interesting champion. Definitely quite a niche champion. And I could definitely see a lot of value for arena gameplay for sure. Even if it's like 3v3 teams or just kind of like progressing through Doom Tower. But there you go. UGIR the Wormeater. UGIR the Wormeater. Let me know what you think down below. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.